His opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing the green trunks. He weighed in at 250 pounds. His professional record, 47 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, with 37 wins by way of knockout. He comes from Brooklyn, New York, the former light heavyweight champion of the world, the former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Double M Moorer. 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Referee Jorge Alonso with the instruction.
Welcome to the dressing rooms. You know the rules. I expect you to abide by the rules, okay? I want a clean fight, protect yourself. Most of all, obey my verbal commands. This is good here, this is good here. Touch him up. Touch him up.
Cliff Cowser a little reluctant, but here's the matchup of these two fighters. Clearly a height advantage for Michael Moorer. He is 4 years older than Cliff Cowser, and of course he is a left-hander, as we've pointed out, so that makes things stylistically a little bit different for Cliff Cowser.
Bell, let's go.
We move into round number 1 of our main event here. Michael Moorer, the 2-time world heavyweight champion and also a light heavyweight champion, who believes that he can make things happen in the next year or so to get him in line for an important heavyweight fight. He wants to hopefully, of course, win here tonight and then have 4 more fights and look for something big around September, October of next year. But that's dependent on performing well tonight.
And looking good, not only winning, but he's got to sell that he is a young fighter again, that Michael Moorer can fight again. Going up against somebody like Cowser could be difficult to do. Cowser, look at him. He comes in the ring with no robe, he comes in the ring with the black trunks. He looks so much like Mike Tyson. He doesn't even have socks. He looks so much like Tyson that it's scary. He is really very popular. Boxing, real egregious fella, but he wants to be the bull tonight. To do that, you've got to get those hands moving.
Cowser, of course, not a fighter that Moorer will have to go chase. He's pretty much stationary, and Michael Moorer throwing to the body. Now, Moorer weighed in at about 250 pounds, and they thought he was going to be 240 or 242, so he didn't quite hit the mark of where they wanted him to be. New trainer is Billy Beck III. He praises Moorer does. Good right hook to the body and the head by Moorer. Wow. He is out. There is no count.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood, referee Jorge Alonso stops this bout at 1 minute 36 seconds of the first round. Your winner by knockout, Michael Double M Moorer.
39-year-old Michael Moorer steps into the ring for the first time since December 9th, in fact, 2 years ago, in 2004, and gets the win against Cliff Cowser. It was a quick victory for Moorer. He was pinned against the ropes, and Cowser was doing what he thought was effective work, but it turned out not to be so effective. There's the double right hook, and Cowser went down from that, may have hit his head on the canvas, which may have caused some additional problems. And Michael Moorer, as Sean pointed out, has great power in the right hand. Not every left-hander has a great right hook, but Moorer certainly does, and that is the weapon that would send Cowser down. So 35-year-old Cliff Cowser, who has failed in his attempts to beat the better heavyweights that he's fought, and unfortunately for him, he fails again here tonight. But his failure is a success for Michael Moorer, and we'll find out what this success means. Let's go to Sean O'Grady.
Boy, it feels like old times. Michael Moorer getting a big first-round knockout. Wow, that was spectacular. Congratulations. How did that look to you?
Well, I didn't see it yet. I know the guy was going to come out. He was strong. I knew he was going to come out and try to bang with me. My trainer, Isaiah, told me that he was going to try to come out and throw a lot of left hooks. But I just kept my jab going. He said, keep your jab going, and you'll catch him with the right hook eventually. And fortunately, it was something that was quick.
That's what happened, too. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I felt when I was on the rope, I caught him with a right hook, and then he stood there like he was stunned, and I just snatched it back again.
Well, here it is right here. And
with him
crowding you like that, did that help you?
No, it didn't really help me. I just knew that he was gonna come in there. He was gonna try to be wild. Isaiah always told me just to stay tight, and you'll end up crushing him. You know, and that's what it was. Good, devastating right hook.
And that's what happened. So him being there right for your right hook was like playing into your game.
Yes.
You're fighting on the inside. Now, you know what? He looks an awful lot like Tyson. I'm watching his moves and everything else. Do you think about that while you're in there? You know, this is like,
no.
I might be fighting. This is.
No, I don't think like that.
Yeah.
You know, I just think about my opponent that's in front of me, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, he's dangerous like any other fighter. What did you see in this fight that you said, you know what? Let's end this thing now.
You know, it all goes back to the beginning. I have a new manager in Adam Meyer and Darren McMahon. I have a strength conditioning coach in Billy Beck III. These guys have stuck with me and been behind me, came to me when everyone didn't want me. You know, they came in and they supported me, and they brought the best out in me. When I have people in my corner who support me, that's when I can come out and perform my best.
It's so important to have somebody in the corner that you have confidence in. Now, I've seen you recently in some corners.
Yes.
How did that help you?
Just being on a different side of it, you know, watching people, you know, help training the people, being the technical trainer that I am, and then, you know, going there and try to dish it out. I can see everything differently because I've seen it on the outside, but now I can see it on the inside also.
And Michael, I know where you want to get. I know where you want to get in this. I know what you want to do. How far away are you from a heavyweight championship again?
It's not far. You know, this is just the first road, the first fight back. There's a road to climb. You know, once we climb the road, I'm always going to be ready, always, because I got the best in my corner.
You know, the critics are going to say, you know what they're going to say about this fight? Where do you go from here?
Well, the critics always going to say, because bad news sells all the time, and they want to criticize everybody. But, you know, I never got my due when I went from light heavyweight to heavyweight and became champion. You know, so it doesn't really bother me. I know what keeps me comfortable. I know what makes me happy. You know, my girlfriend, she prepared all my meals for me 6 times a day. You know, and she.
What time is meal tonight? Man, I'm kind of hungry. That's cool.
Yeah,
hey, there she is.
Yeah.
She prepared all your meals for you.
She prepared my meals every day for what 10 weeks? Every day, you know, 6 times a day.
Awesome.
You know.
10 weeks, man. 10 weeks to champion. How about that?
Yep.
Well, that's great. Congratulations.
Thanks
for the good food.
Yeah.
You look great again, man. Good to see you once again.
Thank you.
Michael Moorer, he gets the victory tonight, Al. Moves on in the heavyweight division. He's hoping to go to the top.